What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into episode number 549 of Underground Sports Philadelphia, presented by the city of Vineland. It's KB coming at you from Underground Studios, fresh off another PLL weekend. We got a lot of Philly sports to talk about, though, on this show. And joining me, while the brother-in-law, the co-host, Matt himself, is overseas in the motherland, doing the damn thing. The photos that I have seen have been unbelievable. But joining me, like he traditionally does on a Sunday into Monday show, the one and only host with the most. He takes no nights off, Mr. Patty Pitts.
You damn right. The champ of the peeps is back in the underground for a Sunday because we take no nights off here in the Pitts Cave, whatever we do. And Kyle, I love this. You know what I mean? There's not a lot going on right now in sports. I'm really bored at my house right now. We're all alone. My parents left me for, we'll say the fortunate son out in California. So they're hanging out.
We got to talk about that too. We'll definitely be talking about that on streamer season, but we will plug that as well.
So they're hanging with him. So yeah, glad to be hanging out with my number one peep in the underground.
Shockingly enough, it is one of those weird times that everybody says it's a dead period for sports. There's a lot of Philly sports stuff to talk about here. And we're going to get into all of it, from the Phils, the Sixers. The NBA in-season tournament finally gives us structure of what we're going to experience going into the NBA season. We got a fun little exercise with NFL MVPs, courtesy of the 33rd team. And we're also going to talk some Union, and we got a new segment that I think we're going to introduce because the Flyers have 3 just beautiful all-name team prospects. And no matter if they pan out or not, I feel like this is going to be a staple on the show moving forward.
It's easy.
Stick around towards the end of the show for that one. But before we get started, make sure you guys are following us at Underground PHI, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, TikTok. That's the handle for all of those, at Underground PHI. Trying to get our Threads followers up and our TikTok followers big time, so go follow us there. Follow us on Instagram as well, trying to boost that up, trying to get to 500 followers, hopefully pretty soon. We're at 420 right now. Pitts, blaze that one. So, yeah, follow us on those 4, at Underground PHI, Facebook.com/Underground Sports PHI. Twitch.tv/Underground Sports PHI if you want to watch the Wednesday night show live before it goes out anywhere else. And follow Pitts on Twitter at Pat_Pitts and on Instagram and Threads at Pitsy35. And then you can follow me on Twitter at KBIZZL311, Instagram and Threads at KBIZZLE11, and TikTok at KB Underground. Go check me out wherever you are on the socials. I'm there. So I've also determined I will post my first TikTok when I get to 100 followers.
Nice. You're more patient than I. I threw up mine. Thanks for the like there. But yeah, I didn't do any of that, like the posting of Vine and stuff, but we got to get on there because I'm pretty fucking entertaining.
You are meant for TikTok.
I am. That's what the champ is.
I will post my first personal TikTok when we get to 100, when I get to 100 followers on my personal account. But follow us on all the socials. Subscribe to the podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. We are there. Leave a 5-star rating and review on either app. It goes a long way for helping this show continue to grow. Helps more people find Underground Sports Philadelphia. Helps more people find all of our podcasts as a whole. Be like Nick Castellanos' mom. Follow the podcast, subscribe, listen, download, all that good stuff. It really helps us and helps us continue to produce more dope shit that you guys want to hear. And subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. That's where you get full video episodes of this show twice a week, clips, shorts, live streams. We have Moonshot Mania, our home run derby companion stream, Monday night.
I'm so excited.
Tonight, if you guys are listening to this right now, tonight, Monday, July 10th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, exclusively on our YouTube channel. Come hang out with Pitts, myself, and who knows who else may be popping through. So come on out. It's going to be a doozy of a time. And subscribe. That's where every podcast on our network in full video form lives. YouTube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. Need to get to 600 subscribers before the end of the month. We're at 516. So let's pick up the pace a little bit, people. And hashtag DJ1K. We got to get to 1,000 subscribers before September 4th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on September 4th. Otherwise, DJ has to move to Alaska.
He's got to do it.
Tough.
Them rules are rules, Kyle.
Tough scene. I mean, at least he's got the Northern Lights, but
that is cool. Yeah, so that's cool. He's got that to look forward to.
Deej might end up on one of those Alaskan trucker shows.
Oh. Okay. I think that would be really funny.
Who knows? But if we don't get to 1,000 subscribers, DJ's got to pack up from Kalamazoo and move on out to Alaska, and we don't want that to happen.
No, can't.
So go subscribe. And of course, like I mentioned, this podcast is presented by the City of Vineland, and the City of Vineland Municipal Calendar features city-organized, city-sponsored, and city-affiliated events that are of public interest. The calendar, which is accessible at vinelandcity.org, is a good way for residents and visitors to build awareness, remain engaged with city government, and participate in local events. You can follow the City of Vineland on their social media via their Facebook, Instagram, hopefully soon Threads, LinkedIn, and YouTube pages. Through these tools, you can stay connected to the community and get important announcements about programs and services offered by the city, Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. Pitsy, it's the All-Star break. We have made it to the theoretical end of the first half of Major League Baseball in 2023. And the Phillies go out in Philly style by losing 2 out of 3 to the Miami Marlins because we're just cursed whenever it comes to playing that team. It's brought
What I say on Wednesday, man. What I said, don't sleep.
It's brought to you by our awesome merch partners at PHI Apparel Company. They are the exclusive home to our merch and the best Philly sports merch on the planet because with their unique designs and high quality clothing, like let me tell you, Pitts and I have clothing from PHI Apparel Company. It's some of the best clothes I own.
Comfy. So comfy.
The hoodies are top notch. The shirts fit perfectly.
I think my hoodie's hanging back there.
You know how shirts will fit you sometimes? It's your size, but then they're like tight. They're conforming. That's not PHI. They're loose. No. They fit great. They give you room to breathe. And with their original designs for all, there's no doubt you'll stand out in the crowd. You'll stand out when you're going to the bar. When you go to Citizens Bank Park, rocking Phillies merch that they have. You know, Philly Fanatic choking out Mr. Met, the Muck the Fetch shirt, all that good stuff. Plus, you can wear an Underground Sports Philadelphia logo tee and rep the brand at Citizens Bank Park or out at the bar or hanging with your boys, your ladies, whatever it may be. You're going to stand out. They're going to ask you, where'd you get that shirt? And you're going to tell them PHI Apparel Company. Our listeners can use promo code UNDERGROUND for 10% off any and all merch orders from our awesome merch partners at PHI Apparel Company. So go to phiapparel.co. Use code UNDERGROUND for 10% off any and all merch orders. It's the most effective and direct way to support everything we're doing here. So go get your merch. And when you get it, tag us, tweet at us. We want to see where you're rocking your merch from. Shout out to our awesome merch partners at PHI Apparel Company. Pitts, the Phils lose on Sunday 7-3 to the Fish. And they lose 2 out of 3 in the series after a miraculous win on Friday night. Christian Pache with the go-ahead home run in extras. Not great when you look at it because the Marlins are ahead of the Phils in the standings, both divisional and, of course, the more important thing, the wild card. Going into the break now, the Phillies are a half game out of a wild card spot, which is also tough. But I'm not truly worried.
I wouldn't be. No.
This team has played inconsistently this entire first half outside of a red-hot June where they only lost 1 singular series, and it was a shortened 2-game series, which they would have lost it anyway if it was all 3. Trey Turner has not been himself. the pitching all year has been up and down up until recently. Aaron Nola has been like an enigma, and they're still 7 games over 500.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I mean,
Especially at this point of the season. Not
give
too
yourselves the All-Star break, rest up, get back to where you need to be, get healthy. You're a half game behind the San Francisco Giants. You're 2 games behind the Arizona Diamondbacks, which, if I'm not mistaken, the Phillies have the tiebreaker over the Diamondbacks now, or it's close one way or the other. So you gotta keep a focus on them. And like I mentioned, I forget if it was with you or somebody else, or with Matt, being the third wild card this year is not the worst thing in the world if you're in the National League, because just like last year, when the Phillies were the third wild card and they played the St. Louis Cardinals, the St. Louis Fraudinals, you're gonna get matched up against the NL Central once again in the National League postseason.
Yeah.
And that team would be the Cincinnati Reds, who, yes, they've played much better baseball since the month of April. Ellie De La Cruz is a star, but they are a beatable team. They're going to be annoying. They're going to be pests, but they are a beatable team. And when it comes to the Phillies and having postseason experience now as a collective unit for the most part,
yeah,
I'll take that matchup going on the road to Cincinnati for a 3-game series, and then, whatever happens. Just get in the tournament. Just get in. That's what we preached all last year. We've been saying it now. Just get in.
Anything can happen in October baseball.
Mm-hmm.
October baseball is essentially March Madness for the MLB. It doesn't matter what seed you are or whatever. If you just play the team, your opponent, well for at least 4 games, you're all set. So and the Phillies proved that last year. So I'm with you. I'm with you for sure.
I'm looking it up right now because the Phillies in the second half of the season have predominantly a home schedule. More than half of their games are at home, which they are a better team at home, even though they just went on a historic 13-game win streak that was snapped on Saturday night on the road. But looking here, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 series remaining this season at home. Now, to compare that to what they have left on the road, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have 3 more series at home than you do on the road left this season. So 23 series, 13 of them are at home. That's a huge advantage. Plus, the longest that the Phillies have to travel in the second half of the season, Pitts, I'll give you their road opponents. Cleveland, Pittsburgh, back to Miami, Toronto, Washington, Milwaukee, San Diego, St. Louis, Atlanta, the New York Mets. You have 1 more trip to the West Coast. Everything else is up and down, East Coast, which is great. Like, the furthest you go is Miami and Toronto. Outside of that San Diego series. Everything else, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Washington, Milwaukee, St. Louis, Atlanta, and the Mets, that's either a bus ride or a quick 2-hour flight at max.
It's not bad at all.
That's great for this team. I like the way their schedule is. We're going into the All-Star break. This is typically when GMs, owners, presidents of baseball operations, a.k.a. Big Daddy Dave Dombrowski, does his best work. Goes in, talks to other people, shakes some hands. How you doing? Keep it moving. And that's when trades roll out.
There you go. That's what we're getting to. That's where my mind was going.
Fan-sided. The Phillies fan-sided thatballsoutofhere.com. Tim Boyle wrote an article today. 3 perfect fits on the trade market for the Phillies and 2 other solutions that are less than ideal. I'm gonna bring these up for everybody. You let us know in the YouTube comment section who you want to see the Phillies acquire from this list. Number 1, the perfect Phillies trade target candidate, hashtag White Sox watch, Lucas Giolito. We've talked about him since we started hashtag White Sox watch. He's in that same echelon as an Aaron Nola, as Zach Wheeler, like has the ability to be there. More so Nola than Wheeler because he has his highs that are unbelievable, and then the lows are like, ugh, like what's going on? Why he's the perfect fit, and I agree with what Tim Boyle said here. He doesn't have to be the guy when you're trading for him. That's the nice part about Giolito. You take a ton of pressure off of his back, but he has the ability to be that guy. He is that guy, pal. He is that guy. And for a team going down the stretch into August, into September, when you have a guy like that in your rotation who can step up at any given moment without that pressure of being like, I am the guy, I have to get this done, like, I can't screw up. That's huge. And Giolito is a guy that I think would benefit from being behind in a rotation, behind a Wheeler, in the same category as a Nola, in the mix with Ranger Suarez, and then Taijuan Walker. Like, that's an unbelievable rotation on paper. You go Wheeler, Nola, Ranger Suarez, Giolito, and then Taijuan Walker. That's
pretty damn good.
That's a postseason rotation right there.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good.
Giolito is a perfect candidate. The next trade candidate that Tim Boyle wrote about is Jordan Montgomery from the St. Louis Cardinals, who was dealt from the Yankees to the Cardinals last year. He's put together a pretty solid season for the Cardinals, who are just absolute dog water this year, which makes me
what's
happy.
up with that? The Cardinals just suck now?
The Phillies killed them. That's what happened.
Oh, we like that. Okay.
We ended them last year. We forced their sweet baby boys, Albert Pujols and Yadier Molina, into retirement, and they fell apart.
Yeah, once you lose the cornerstones, it's tough.
Bye-bye. Montgomery's 6-7 with a 3.23 ERA in 18 starts this year on a bad Cardinals team.
That's pretty good. That would be very useful in any rotation.
He's a lefty as well. And in the postseason, in his career, he's got a 1.35 ERA and 6 2/3 postseason innings, which includes 2 2/3 of shutout frames against the Phillies in relief last year. If you can't beat him, join him. This one would be great, just for the brand. If you know me, you know I love that. This is an all-time internet clip. Blake Snell.
I think we need
we
that
traded Pham for Renfroe and a slapdick prospect.
That is, yeah.
The best part too is Tommy Pham plays for the Mets right now, so Snell versus Pham in the NL East would be electric. Plus, you're stealing from the Padres, who were supposed to be this unbelievable team this year. They were supposed to be the next coming of Christ himself on a baseball diamond. They are absolute dog shit this year because that's what's in, baby. That's what's in. Blake Snell, since May 25th this year, has been absolutely insane. I think John Boy Media posted this, or the Talkin' Baseball, right from John Boy Media. I'm going to pull this up here because his stats since the end of May, pretty much around Memorial Day, have been unbelievable. So you're probably going to have to pay a hefty price for him. But here, from Talkin' Baseball, Blake Snell since May 25th pitched in 9 games started. He's pitched 53 innings, given up 4 earned runs to equate to a .68 ERA, only 22 walks given up, and 84 strikeouts. You put Blake Snell in a rotation with Ranger Suarez, Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, and Taijuan Walker. Hachi Machi. If he keeps pitching like really that, good night.
That is insane.
Pitcher that Tim Boyle's saying to avoid, which I don't really agree with, is Marcus Stroman.
Is he not having a good year? I feel like that wouldn't be a bad.
No, he's having a fantastic year. He's having a fantastic year.
Okay, so then what's the
trying to see what he's saying here. I mean, he would fit the Philly culture because he's very out about hating the Mets and talks shit on the Mets a ton. Wheeler's done the same.
Anyone who hates the Mets, I feel like you'd be right at home.
He says with Stroman, it's more about the inability to keep things to himself. His extension talks with the Cubs have been an unneeded distraction for them this year. They've been surprisingly alive in the NL wildcard race, but unable to get over the hump. Stroman makes the Phillies better, but that lurking danger of adding an already unhappy player to the locker room is something to avoid. Plus, with how the Cubs managed to swipe Ben Brown away from the Phillies so they could rent David Robertson last year, maybe it's better we stop handing them prospects. You had to do that. That's a move you make when you're trying to make the postseason. Stroman, I love the idea of adding Marcus Stroman to this team. He fits this culture perfectly. He knows Taijuan Walker. He knows Zach Wheeler.
But what? The thing is,
Stroman's a rental too.
Yeah, but he's saying that he's a locker room headache
because of his extension stuff. Like, I think that gets eliminated because he's leaving the Cubs. If you
that's
trade
what I'm saying. If he goes to another team, then maybe that's exactly what he needed.
Yeah, and Stroman's having a great year this year. Like, his stats this year, I want to pull them up.
Like what?
He's having one of his better seasons of his career.
What the?
And I'm all in on bringing Marcus Stroman here. I think he's a great fit. He's 32 years old. He hates the Mets. He's open about that. He's very #online. Good for our brand.
Yeah, that's really good for you.
Marcus Stroman this year, Pitsy, has, if the season ended today, it would be outside of a year where he made 4 starts in 2015, where he had a 1.67 ERA. He would tie for his best ERA of his career.
This makes
this would be a full season. So the year where he had a 2.96, he got traded to the Mets from Toronto, where his ERA bumped up a little bit, but he had a 3.77 ERA with I'm sorry, so his full ERA in 2019 was 3.22, which is a year he was an All-Star, his only year of being an All-Star. This year he's got a 2.96 ERA in 19 starts for the Cubs, where he's 9-6. He's got 98 strikeouts. Bring me Marcus Stroman.
Yeah, this makes no sense to me right now.
Marcus Stroman would be such a good ad for this team, and then you think about extending him maybe for 2 with an option or something like that, since he's 32. I think Marcus Stroman's a great fit for this team.
I'm with you.
So yeah, I'm all in on the Giolito idea. Snell. Jordan Montgomery's not a bad idea either. He's somebody I didn't even think about, truly because I think some other team's probably going to be in on him, probably an American League team, if I had to guess. And then the other pitcher that Tim Boyle says to avoid is Jack Flaherty, which, yes, that makes a ton of sense. He's 6-5 with a 4.27 ERA. He's walked 48 batters. He has 8 hit batsmen this year. He's injury prone.
Yeah, stay away from Jack Flaherty.
I'm fine staying away from him, but the other 4, sign me up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sign me up. I think my order of operations would go Stroman, Giolito, Snell, simply because of the price you'd probably have to pay for Blake Snell, and then Jordan Montgomery. That's probably how I would rank it. And Montgomery is more so, I just don't think the Phillies are going to trade for him because some other team is going to pay.
They're going to want
him
more and more. Yeah.
Whether it's the stupid ass fucking Atlanta Braves or a team like the Rangers because DeGrom is out for the year. A team like the Astros. The Angels, maybe, if they feel like they're still in it, and they can survive Mike Trout being out and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I feel like a Montgomery ends up. But my top 2 there would be Giolito and Stroman. And then Snell, simply because of the price you'd probably have to pay.
Yeah, that's true.
But I would love Snell here, obviously, for a multitude of reasons.
Agreed.
So let us know in the YouTube comment section what pitcher you want to see the Phillies trade for. And I think with the Cubs, too, you can, if you're the Cubs, you can ask for more from the Phillies. And if you're Phillies, if they're going to ask for more, you got to say, give us Cody Bellinger. Both on one-year deals, essentially. Both rentals. Cody Bellinger is the perfect fit for this outfield for the Phillies. Get Schwarber out of left field.
Yeah, put him at DH. Well, Harper.
And that also hinges on if Harper can play first base, coming out of the All-Star break, which is the plan.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do that and get Cody Bellinger on this team.
You're setting yourself up pretty well.
Stroman and Bellinger, those are big-time targets for me for this Phillies team. I would love those guys on this squad. Makes a ton of sense. The Cubs would probably be able to get a little bit more out of the Phillies trade-wise. And then the Phillies, I think, get even more poised to go on a run in August and September and go into the playoffs with a fully loaded staff. Also going to trade for another bullpen arm. But you can look elsewhere for that than the Cubs. But that's my wish list. Cody Bellinger, Marcus Stroman, bullpen arm for the Phillies. Need it. And probably another infield, utility infielder, because Josh Harrison's just not cutting it anymore. Love him as a guy, love him as a dude, but he ain't it. He's over the hill.
All right.
Needs something else. So yeah, let us know your Phillies wish list going into the trade deadline, because I want to hear what people have to say and names that I may be potentially missing. Pitch, should we get to one of your favorite things we do on this show?
Yeah. Let's do it. This is one of my favorite things to do. I love guessing shit.
It is the NL East and, of course, Major League Baseball run differential. This is the first half. This is the numbies at the first half. We'll have to keep a record of what these are, and then going into the second half, figure out how the team stacked up from their first half to their second half. It's brought to you by our friends over at Wasted Wedge. A new age of golf, ladies and gents, has arrived. And if you're looking to be the talk and envy of your group, honestly, I should say, and create memories with your friends and family, look no further than the lineup of Wasted Wedge products and merchandise. Think your traditional shot ski, throw it out the window, because Wasted Wedge is doing it the right way. It's a golf club, a wedge to be specific, and it's plastic cups. They've got extender pieces to get more people involved, more shots, more fun. That's the tagline, baby. And with plastic cups, it makes things easier to clean. Your beverage of choice in your cup can be whatever. You're not subjected to just one singular beverage like you would be if it was glass, shot glasses. There's no hot glue involved, and there's nothing that's going to break. These Wasted Wedges are a blast to drink shots out of on and off the course, and you guys can check them out at wastedwedge.com or find them at Wasted Wedge on Instagram and Facebook. Be sure to follow them. They're also on Threads, so follow them there as well at Wasted Wedge. That's wastedwedge.com, and follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Threads at Wasted Wedge. Remember the name, wastedwedge.com. Pitts, it's the first half run differentials. Pretty interesting to see where teams are going to be here in the first half. And going into the second half, will it be the iconic internet meme? They had us in the first half, not going to lie.
Yeah.
Looking at the NL East, as we always do to kick this off. The Atlanta Braves at 60-29 going into the break have scored 499 runs. Where do you have their run differential at, Pitts?
I'm going to go 135.
Getting closer with the Braves. 147.
All right, I'll take that. I'll take that after last. Yeah, I'll take that.
147. Then moving to the stupidest team in baseball, the 53-39 Miami Marlins, who their expected win-loss is 45-47. They are the number one wild card in the National League going into the first half break. They've scored 386 runs this year, which is the second fewest in the NL East. Where's their run differential, Pitts?
Like plus? No, I'm not even. No, yeah, it's got to be in the plus. Is it? Can I get that hint? No.
They are going into the first half.
-4?
-5.
Right,
Dumbest team in baseball. Dumbest team Swear to God, they're the stupidest team. -5 run differential, and they're 53-39. They piss me off so much.
Dude, I mean, after this weekend, I don't blame you,
I
but
hate
that
the
is so
Marlins.
fucking funny. That is unreal.
Then we move to our 48-41 Philadelphia Phillies. Half game back in the wild card, going into the second half. They've scored 401 runs at the first half break. They are still in the positive. Where do you have their run differential?
Phillies?
Yep.
Like plus 16?
I wish. +9.
Okay. Well,
Maybe if they didn't lose 2 out of 3 of the Marlins, they would be a +16.
Yeah, you can't be losing 2 out of 3.
But Phillies above 500 both at home and on the road going into the first half.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I'll take that. Then we go to the lull New York Mets at 42-48. They've scored 405 runs, which is the second most in the division. But Pitsy, what's their run differential at?
Negative 11.
They are at -3, which is just so funny.
That is really funny.
They're 20-19 at home, 22-29 on the road. Lol Mets forever, baby. Then we move to the stolen franchise Washington Nationals at 36-54. They've scored the fewest runs in the division at 373. What do you have their differential at, Pitts?
-37.
They wish. They are at a -83.
Oh my God. Oh, that's just terrible.
Yeah.
Pack it up.
Pack it up, pack it in, let them begin.
Again.
They ain't hopping out of their seats and jumping around for nobody. Then we move, just taking a brief overlook, the NL Central, dumbest division in the National League, where only one team, which is the third place, 42-47 Chicago Cubs, have a +26 run differential. Every other team in the division, including the first place, 50-41 Cincinnati Reds, who have a -9 run differential. Everyone else in the division's negative.
Jesus Christ.
So dumb.
Baseball
so dumb.
makes no sense.
Looking right here, moving right along, the National League West, everybody except for the Colorado Rockies are in the positive. The Dodgers at a +76 leading the way. But Pitts, the Colorado Rockies' worst run differential in the National League. Can you guess their number? They are 34-57, have only scored 393 runs this year. By far the fewest in the National League West.
-181.
Not quite, but -147.
Okay.
Which is the third worst run differential in all of baseball.
Oh, is the A's still the worst?
Oh, yeah, baby. We'll get to the Oakland A's. The Tampa Bay Rays, who the Phillies did sweep. Yes, the Phillies swept the Tampa Bay Rays, ladies and gents. Only team in the year of our Lord 2023 to sweep the Tampa Bay Rays this year.
Ring the bell.
Baseball. Rays at a +149 have the best run differential in baseball going into the first half break. Every team in your AL East, Pitsy, with your Red Sox is in the positive.
I saw Jared Durant slap a home run today. So that
He's a
was
stud.
cool.
Big Jared Durant fan. The AL Central, which might be the dumbest division in all of baseball, because the Cleveland Guardians are leading the way, and they are 45-45. All you got to do is play 500 in the AL Central, and you're good to go.
That's so dumb. That is so dumb.
They're 500, and they have a -7 run differential.
God, that's nonsense.
Minnesota Twins are one game under 500 going into the break and have a +27 run differential.
What? What does it even mean? Like
Kansas City Royals, with the second worst run differential in baseball at 26-65, have scored second fewest runs. Yes, by far. Second fewest runs in baseball at 337. Can you guess their run differential, Pitts?
second worst?
Second worst in baseball.
158.
Cool, so close. 155. Negative
Oh.
155.
55.
Then the AL West, the Texas Rangers at a plus 148, leading the way in the AL West. The Houston Astros at a plus 49, only 2 games behind the Texas Rangers, though. The cheating Astros. Did you see that video of Chas McCormick, that scumbag?
No.
From the Astros? He, kept his hand out to try to injure a dude while he's running to first base. Total scumbag.
Yeah.
Total piece of shit. The Seattle Mariners and Angels both with positive run differentials going into the break, but the Oakland A's Pits at 25 and 67
Jesus, pack it
have
in.
scored the fewest amount of runs in baseball this year at 329. Where's their run differential sitting in the brain of Pat Pitts?
177.
Not even close, brother.
Negative, I'm saying.
Not even close, brother.
I'm
gonna give you a second guess.
See, okay, I'm kind of thirsty and was gonna take a sip of this, but I know that I'm gonna do a spit take all over my technology
Which
here.
would be hilarious.
I know,
just go on an angle. Go off screen.
Okay, chair, you're getting it. All right.
The Oakland A's.
Plus 203. No, minus 203. My bad.
You're getting closer. Negative 248.
I'm so sorry. What?
Negative 248, baby.
Dude, that actually made me I thought it was gonna be 220 something or 250, and I'd be like, oh, that's really bad. And you build it up. No, what? Bro, that is
They've given up 577 runs this year.
Dude, oh my god.
I have a futures bet on a not a sponsor sports book for the A's under total of wins that I need to check in on here at the halfway point.
Yeah,
I was getting a little nervous when they were going on that 7-game win streak earlier this year.
Yeah, that's too much. That's too much winning.
But let me check in on this because it's one of those things that you place it at the beginning of the year. Plus, I got bamboozled, led astray, run amok last year when I should have bet it to be the Nationals to have the worst record in baseball. And I bet the Pirates because I was like, oh, the Pirates are going to be bad. And the Pirates finished with the second worst and the Nationals had the first. I should have bet against that stolen franchise. So, yeah, the Oakland A's win total was set at 59.5, and I bet the under. They're currently at 25 wins. Looking good.
Well,
they're on pace for 50.
They need 50. What do they need for you?
Under 59.5, so under 60 wins. They cannot win 35 more games this year.
That's gonna happen. I don't think they'll win. I don't think they'll win 50. I'll win
25
60.
plus 67. They've played 92 games of a 162 game schedule. 92 minus 162. So they have 70 games left. They have to play. That's half their games. I don't think they're going to win half their games the rest of the season.
I don't think so either. Did you see how many runs they've allowed?
I think I'm good there. I also have some nice futures bets in a lot of places. I'm also very tempted. No, I'm just going to let that one ride because who knows what happens. I have a hilarious 4-leg parlay that Dom and I set to begin the year because Matt was out, so we were talking baseball, and Dom's not the biggest baseball knowledge person in terms of teams and everything. My division winner parlay that I set, I may have been the reason that these teams suck.
That's all.
To win their respective divisions, I have a plus 1698 parlay. The Padres, the Cardinals, the Twins, and the Astros. All of those teams going
Crushing
into the
it.
break are not leading their division.
Crushing it, Kyle. You're just crushing it. I got a future bet right now.
I also have the Phillies over 88.5 wins,
That could happen.
which they are currently sitting with 48 wins this year. They need to win 40 more games.
They have to win 40.
Or I'm sorry, 41 more games, which
Yeah,
they will have to do to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they're going to have to. Anyways.
Feeling good about that one.
I have a futures bet right now out that I do every year with my Super Bowl random. When I get that feeling, I hit it. I got Chargers.
Ooh.
Nah, not Chargers. This is it. Justin Herbert's here, man. That defense is lit. I mean, Justin Herbert has probably one of the best receiving cores, underrated receiving cores, I'd say, in the NFL.
I just have to say, plays in the same division as Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, tough. The Patriots lost in the playoffs too when they were the super teams. Like anything can happen.
Tough. It's gonna be tough.
Chiefs are on a downward spiral right now.
I disagree. We'll talk. They
lost Bieniemy. It's gonna be the first year without Bieniemy as their OC. Let's see what happens.
They still got the genius that is Andy Reid.
Yeah, and they have Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce for another year, and
Isaiah Pacheco and.
He'll thrive. His team may not, though.
Did you see that video of Kadarius Toney, by the way?
Ridiculous. Like, what are you doing?
It looked like a supervillain video.
Yeah, that was creepy. I didn't like any of that.
I was like, this is hilarious. Well, I loved it because he was bashing the Giants.
Yeah, it
was so funny. He was like, fuck New York.
I agree with the
supervillain, like, ransom video, though, and it was great.
Yeah.
The only part that stung was him talking about the Super Bowl ring on his finger that said KC, and I was like, ah.
That stings a little bit.
I think this is the first, while we're on the topic, before we transition to the NBA, I think this is the first year that, out of the past decade, has a true chance to be a rematch Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, if there was ever a year over the last decade or so, if not more, that feels like there is a true possibility that we could have back-to-back Super Bowls of Chiefs-Eagles and be a repeat Super Bowl.
It's a
hopefully with a different outcome.
I think that the league is just getting better. Teams are getting a lot better than they were last year, and there's a little bit more like,
I think the AFC is way more loaded. Like the NFC, in my opinion, still runs through the Eagles, and that's all my homerism and bias aside.
No, I would say it runs through. No,
the NFC is the Eagles' conference to lose.
Oh, that I 1,000% agree with. It's the Eagles' conference to lose.
Like, there's no other team on paper that I think is as loaded across the board than the Eagles in the NFC.
As loaded talent? Yeah, I don't.
There's nobody in my mind that matches up. You're going to tell me the 49ers? No, because the Eagles have the quarterback position by far and away over them.
Okay. The only team I just don't count out my Motor City Kitties. Okay, like
I think they'll be good. Great shirt.
Shout out Will Ellis for just randomly sending it to me. So
oh, you found out where it came from.
Yeah, that's the yeah.
Nice.
Man can MCDC baby.
We got to make one of those with Sirianni.
Yeah, dude. PHI Apparel. Let's go.
I think the lines will be good, but like. The Eagles across the board are the most stacked team in the NFC.
Yeah.
Did you see Brock Purdy got engaged? Somebody said.
I did, yeah.
Somebody quotes me and said, I'm surprised he didn't call Josh Johnson to come in and do it for him.
That's awesome. That's great. That's great.
Let's transition, Pitts, from the baseball diamond to the hardwood. The NBA in-season tournament has been announced. It's brought to you by our friends over at Tomahawk Shades, the best small batch eyewear in the game. They have been protecting our eyes for years. They are truly the best eyewear product I have ever put on my face. From sunglasses to blue light glasses to prescription lenses now, Tomahawk Shades is doing it right. They're on Threads as well. Be sure to follow them over on Threads. You guys can go to tomahawkshades.com, check out all the sunglasses, blue light glasses, and prescription lenses that you may need. They also have the ski goggles if you want to get ahead of the things, for down the line this year. And when you go to checkout, use promo code USP for 25% off your entire order. They're already a fraction of the price. You can get a pair of sunglasses from Tomahawk Shades that are top notch for $30 and then 25% off with our code USP. It's insane. The blue light glasses are a lifesaver. Go to tomahawkshades.com. Follow them on Threads and Instagram at Tomahawk Shades. Promo code USP for 25% off your order. Pitts, the in-season tournament for the NBA has been announced. It was announced at NBA Con this weekend, where we will now have, very similar to soccer, like professional European soccer with Premier League, Serie A, Bundesliga, La Liga, and everything, and the Champions League. And very similar to, if you're a lacrosse fan, you have the PLL, and now we have the Championship Series. The NBA in-season tournament, which I'm hoping they come up with a name for, because that kind of just doesn't roll off the tongue too well.
Yeah,
The
in-season tournament, very generic, bland, and unseasoned.
All 30 teams will compete, which is an interesting, fun twist. I like it. Obviously, you're going to want as many markets involved as possible. It's going to debut this season, where the tournament will tip off on Friday, November 3rd, and culminate with the championship on Saturday, December 9th, semifinals Thursday, December 7th, and championship will take place at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. The in-season tournament will consist of 2 stages, group play and knockout rounds. Now, let me get out in front of this and say, the players are going to have incentive, like the winning teams are going to have prize money to play for and everything, and a trophy, and you're going to have that in your trophy case as a franchise. This, to me, is a smart move by the NBA, but it's also very in your face about what they're doing. We've talked about this a ton. We've always said the NBA season doesn't really get underway until Christmas. This is the NBA saying, hey, everything matters now. Your 82-game schedule, because all these wins and losses still count towards your regular season win-loss, which is interesting. But now you're also playing for an additional trophy to put in your trophy case. You're playing for prize money. You're playing for those bragging rights, especially this year, to be the first in-season tournament winner. This is the NBA saying, hey, even the games before Christmas matter now.
Yeah, they matter in the sense for the players, but still to me doesn't matter for the fan. Now to me this is going to be the indicator for the casual basketball fan, a little bit more than casual fan, to be like, all right, now it's time to watch the NBA. Like, now's when the NBA season starts with this in-season tournament.
Which I think this does, because of how online NBA fans are.
They're very online.
This will get more people talking, more banter going, especially since they've grouped teams into groups of 5. I think more so the group that your squad is in, because there's 3 teams from the same division, it will get the banter flowing a little bit more between these groups. And we'll get into how the groups are broken up. You and I both said before we started recording, I think Patrick Beverly tweeted about this. He said, I wish they would have interconference the groups. So it's still broken up East-West, but you're in 3 different groups.
I would have liked that.
I wish they would have mixed up the conferences a bit. That would have been pretty cool. Kind of switches up the schedule a little bit as well. But we have tournament nights too. So now moving forward from November 3rd to November 28th, Tuesday nights and Friday nights are tournament games. So that's how you know you're playing a tournament game that has a little more emphasis. Tuesdays and Fridays, that's when real hooper hours commences. And I think that's smart, because I'm pretty sure Wednesday night is a big NBA night, whether it's TNT or ESPN.
It is. It's TNT Wednesday. Oh, wait. Yeah, Wednesday's TNT because Dynamite's on TBS. Yes.
So, I mean, you have that in the mix, and then who knows if that shifts to Tuesdays now, where Tuesday will be the NBA on TNT, and it's a tournament game or something like that. It gets it in a national spotlight. All these games are going to be nationally televised too. And then your group plays all 30 teams from within those 5 groups. 1 game against each opponent in its group with 2 games at home and 2 games on the road. So you're going to be in the mix there with your group. And then your knockout rounds, 8 teams advance to the knockout round, which will be the team with the best standing in group play games in each of the 6 groups, plus 2 wild cards that get in, which is the team from each conference with the best record in group play games that finish second in their group. So you still have a chance to get in it even if you don't win your group. Knockout rounds will be single elimination games in the quarterfinals, which will be played in the specific NBA team markets on Monday, December 4th, and Tuesday, December 5th. And then your semifinals and your championship, like I mentioned, will be in Vegas. The qualifying teams will compete for a prize pool and the new in-season tournament trophy, the NBA Cup. All teams will still continue to play 82 regular season games. Outside of that championship game, I think whoever plays in that is an 83rd game, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong there.
Yeah.
I think this is cool. I think this adds a new element to the NBA. Like I mentioned, it makes those early season games meaningful, especially for the players. It makes banter for the fans that much more fun. And these are your groups. So we'll start out west because these don't really affect you or I or Matt or anybody in our company. So the West Group A. This might be group of death. Memphis Grizzlies, Phoenix Suns, Los Angeles Lakers,
Jesus,
Utah Jazz, and the Portland Trailblazers. You got
BBall
KD and
Paul,
LeBron in the same group.
Yeah, I don't think BBall Paul's getting that contract guaranteed with that play.
That is a wild group. Then we got the Western Conference Group B. Another tough one. Reigning NBA champion Denver Nuggets, the Los Angeles Clippers, the New Orleans Pelicans, the Dallas Mavericks, and the Houston Rockets.
Talk about mid. They're just so mid.
And then this is the group of fun, the West Group C. Sacramento Kings, the Golden State Warriors, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, see, this is like, you know how there's 2 types of parties at weddings? There's the wedding and it's fun and it's everything you could have wanted or whatnot. That's Group A. All right. That's the big bombastic wedding. Or Group C, that's the after party.
That's the fun group.
That's where the fun begins. Is the after party with all those teams, all those guys. It's a fun group that you really you don't care who wins, but you're watching it more for fun. And just because it's a good basketball and not because it's, oh my God, it's the Lakers when they have this guy and they need to win. This just like, let's see how many points these teams can put up and how many highlights we can get from it.
I'm going to also say this. I think the 2 wild cards for this that get to the knockout round will come from the West. East, you're going to have to win your group if you want to make it to the knockout.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Let's move to the East. Group A includes the Philadelphia 76ers, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Atlanta Hawks, the Indiana Pacers, and the Detroit Pistons. I swear to Christ, if the Sixers don't get out of this group, there's one team in there. There's one team in there that is a good quality team. It's the Cleveland Cavaliers. They have players. Every other team in that group is so beatable that I swear to Christ, if they don't make it out of their group.
Hey, don't sleep on those Pistons, baby. Cade Cunningham season.
Then we move to
Group
B is the group of death in the East, in my opinion. It's the Milwaukee Bucks, the New York Knicks, the Miami Heat, the Washington Wizards, and the Charlotte Hornets.
That's a weird group. Just weird.
It's a group of death. Especially those top 3. Bucks, Knicks, Heat.
Yeah.
Good grief.
That does nothing for me.
Then Group C in the East.
Here we go.
Your Boston Celtics, the Brooklyn Nets,
beatable.
Toronto Raptors,
Beatable.
Chicago Bulls,
Beatable.
and the Orlando Magic.
Beatable. All right, Celtics division to lose easily.
I agree.
Easily.
I agree.
It's even with the
the
change we made.
I think the Raptors could be frisky in that group, and depending on if Zach LaVine gets traded to potentially the Sixers.
I think Zach
Bulls.
LaVine's going to get traded to the Sixers.
There's been rumors that he's been brought up in initial trade talks with a huge, there is a potential, massive, 5-team trade that could happen between the Trailblazers, the Clippers, the Bulls, the Sixers, and one
for
other
Dame.
team. For Dame, James Harden, Zach LaVine, and, all these players move around and everything. It's fucking crazy.
At this point, why don't we just do fantasy drafts every 5 years? We just
Literally.
redraft the league every 5 years.
You get one protected player.
Don't call me a wizard, but I'm a fucking wizard. Sorry.
Shout out Washington.
Nah, I got more dubs than them. Jesus. You don't trade Bradley Beal and go and get dubs. That's an L. And that's not for love, if you get that reference.
Bradley Beal's a winning player, but that's just...
But he was their only shot at something.
Not really,
I think he's a
what
good
have they done with him?
I think he's a good 2 or 3 on a team.
Yeah, he's going to be a 3 in Phoenix.
Perfect. That's his role. But
in
Washington,
defense.
needing to be the 1, you can't.
Group play is going to be interesting. I think this in-season tournament is going to be very fun. I like it. It's going to create discourse. Tuesday and Friday nights now have a little elevated aspect in the month of November in the NBA, which I think is cool. It gets teams involved. It gets fans involved. You have a little added emphasis there. So I'm cool with this. I like it a lot. I think it's going to be something that they take info from this year and moving forward, it'll evolve. And, I wonder if moving forward, similar to soccer where you have relegation and everything, if not every team qualifies in the future, maybe it's the top 20 teams qualify and you break it up that way. And maybe you go intra-conference and, West teams.
They need to have all the teams groups in this year. They just need to, because
that's how it is. The intra-conference thing, I think, is a thing that should be taken into account next year and moving forward. Because, in the Champions League, you'll have teams from Serie A in the same group as teams from the Premier League, and they're playing head-to-head and stuff like that. So I think that's something moving forward they should analyze. But I like the in-season tournament. I think it's a smart move. Let us know in the YouTube comment section in your podcast reviews. Tweet at us if you're a fan. If you're not, let us know why, one way or the other. And the other NBA news is BBall Paul signed a offer sheet with the Utah Jazz, 3 years, $23 million. Here's my thing. Match the fucking offer, Daryl. Match the offer. BBall Paul is the first indication of the Sixers in years having a competent backup big man to Joel Embiid in the playoffs. Just be smart. Sign the offer sheet. Bring BBall Paul home. Don't let him leave. It would be a catastrophic disaster if he does.
Yeah, I agree with all that. You finally have someone that you can go in there and you're safe. You're feeling okay with Joel taking a few minutes off. And you look how well he played in the playoffs. Look how well he did in the playoffs. He showed that he can play. Showed he's there.
We had Greg Monroe playing playoff minutes in 2019 behind Joel Embiid.
Ew.
We had Amir Johnson playing big man backup minutes for Joel Embiid.
That's ew. That's so gross.
Please do the right thing, Daryl, and just sign the offer sheet. That's all I have to say on BBall Paul. Shout out to BBall Paul. He's out the mud. Elite. His name is basketball.
His name is Basketball Paul. This is what he does for a living. Come on.
We have breaking news, Pat Pitts. The Philadelphia Phillies have made their selection in the 2023 Major League Baseball draft. The 27th overall pick. The Phillies select Mitchell High School shortstop Aiden Miller.
Wait, what? Aiden Miller?
Yeah. Don't know anything about him, but it's time for me to do a deep dive on him and figure out if I need to stand Aiden Miller for the next 6-7 years. as he develops as a high school shortstop.
Yeah.
Phillies had 2 players in the futures game.
That's huge.
Great for my brand. Justin Crawford, Carl Crawford's son. Feel old yet?
Yes, I already do.
And Mick Abel.
Love that name.
Great baseball name. But yeah, that's the NBA in-season tournament. That's my take on BBall Paul. All right, so from the hardwood, the old NBA court, we have a fun little exercise we're going to do. It's brought to you by our friends over at Trophy Smack. Pitsy, there's no better way to upgrade your fantasy smack talk. As a fantasy expert yourself, you know Trophy Smack. They're the best in the game.
They are the best.
They are revolutionizing the way that your fantasy smack talk goes down in any fantasy sports group. We just upgraded our trophy in my now decade-long running fantasy football league that my draft is coming up in about a month, which is just like, please stop rushing my summer. But you guys can do the same.
They've got crazy.
It's gross. It's disgusting. It's ugh. They got trophies, rings, metal wall art, belts, last place trophies. They got the golden toilet trophy.
That's one of my favorites.
Phenomenal
That's
stuff.
one of my favorites.
Go to trophysmack.com/underground. It's in the link in all of our social media bios as well. You can scroll down and click on the link if you want, but it's trophysmack.com/underground and upgrade your fantasy smack talk today. That's trophysmack.com/underground to upgrade your fantasy smack talk. Pitt's the 33rd team. They do some good football work over there. They posted a graphic today that I immediately saved so I could bring it up here on the pod. Every team's last MVP award winner. We are going to go through all 32 teams and see if Pitts can guess each one correct.
First one's Jets.
So I'm going to go alphabetical order because that's how it's listed here on the graphic. So I'll give you the team. You tell me who the winner was last for that franchise. All right? So we'll start alphabetically with the Arizona Cardinals. We're starting alphabetically from city, not team name. So the Arizona Cardinals. Mind you, for the people at home, too, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7 teams on this list who have never had an NFL MVP.
So I'm saying Arizona Cardinals, my only guess. This is my only guess for them. And then if it's not him, then they didn't have one, is Kurt Warner.
So you would be correct with your second guess. The Cardinals have never had an MVP of the NFL.
That's what I thought. Okay. I just, for random reason, I felt like Kurt Warner would have like weirdly won an MVP when he was
Kurt Warner and Carson Palmer were probably their 2 closest.
Yeah.
But they didn't end up winning. The Atlanta Falcons.
Mike Vick?
No, their most recent was in 2016, Matt Ryan.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
The Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, Lamar. Easy.
Yes,
What?
2019 Lamar Jackson.
I overthought that so much.
I saw your brain overthinking it, and I was like, oh, don't fumble the bag. Don't fumble the bag.
That was tough. No, it's Lamar. Yeah.
The Buffalo Bills.
The only Bruce Smith. No.
You're going to have to kick it back to 1991. It was Thurman Thomas.
Running back, right? Yeah, Thurman Thomas, the running back. Yeah.
Carolina Panthers.
Cam Newton.
Yes, in 2015. Chicago Bears.
No.
They had one. It was in 1977. Walter Payton.
Oh, I mean, we're fumbling this but this is bad. We should have got all these.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
Boomer?
Yep, 1988. Boomer Esiason.
Yeah, Boomer Esiason.
The Cleveland Browns.
Jim Brown. Otto Graham.
Nope, it was in 1980. Brian Sipe. Cue the Snoop Dogg. Who?
I've watched a lot of NFL classics on like those old Browns teams, and they were fun. I don't remember him.
Don't even know who Brian Sipe is.
No, who's the quarterback that like? Oh, what's his name? That's pissing me off. I don't know his name.
Brian Sipe was a quarterback.
Yeah, but it's another one. He was like he was the 83 draft class. What's his name? It's going to really annoy me. I think Belichick was his coach. Bernie, Bob. Oh, I'm looking up. Fuck that. I'm so mad.
Brian Sipe was their quarterback in 1983.
Okay, so this is Browns QB. That's a bad list. I'll think of it, but yes, it was okay. Brian Sipe.
Moving right along here, the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes. Aikman.
Nope. Same era. Wrong position.
Emmett Smith.
Yep, 1993. The Denver Broncos.
Peyton Manning.
Yep, in 2013. Your Detroit Lions.
Nope.
Incorrect.
Oh, was it Barry Sanders?
Yep, in 1997.
Okay.
Green Bay Packers.
Rogers.
Yep, in 2021. Houston Texans.
Nope. No,
Correct.
Oh, no, yeah, no.
Texans have never had an MVP. Indianapolis Colts.
Peyton Manning.
Correct, in 2009. The Jacksonville Jaguars.
No.
Correct. Kansas City Chiefs.
Patrick Mahomes.
Correct. The Raiders.
Rich Gannon.
Correct, in 2002. LaDainian Tomlinson was the Chargers. That was an easy one.
Yeah, that was my
LT one.
Yeah,
the Rams.
Kurt Warner.
Correct, in 2001. The Miami Dolphins.
No.
Incorrect.
No, Marino.
Dan Marino in 1984. Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, who's that quarterback?
Nope.
AP, my bad.
Yeah, 2012, Adrian Peterson.
See, I overthink so much. I go like oldest because they're just a bad.
New England Patriots.
That's fucking so easy. Mr. Jesus Christ himself, Tommy Terrific.
Yes. What year?
What year? 20. Oh, you fucking suck. Don't you? No, you. It was the year that I know what you're doing. Don't you? It was. Shut up. Shut up.
2017.
It was 2018.
2017 season.
Tomato potato. Yeah.
The
name was Bernie Kosar. That's what I couldn't think of for the Browns.
The New Orleans Saints.
Drew Brees.
Incorrect.
What?
New Orleans Saints have never had an MVP of the league.
Really?
That was one of the ones that blew me away.
I thought Brees won one.
Nope. Won a Super Bowl MVP.
No. Super Bowl
Not a league MVP.
Okay.
Because the year that he would have, Peyton Manning won. With the Colts. The New York Giants.
LT.
Yep, in 1986. The New York Jets.
No.
Correct. The Philadelphia Eagles.
I don't think McNabb ever won one. I don't think you guys have one.
Nope, and that blew my mind.
I don't think you do. Yeah, I'm like really racking. Like I'm going old school now, and I don't think you do.
Jalen Hurts should have been.
That's where my mind. I was like, oh, Hurt. No, awkward.
Hurts never won. McNabb never won. Reggie White, Jerome Brown, Dawkins, nobody. Yeah, that's crazy to me that the Eagles have never. The Eagles just celebrated their 90th birthday this weekend as a franchise. No MVPs. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Incorrect.
Jerome Bettis? No.
Incorrect.
Is Terry Bradshaw? No, it's not. It's Terry Bradshaw? Jesus fuck, that's ridiculous. Ben Roethlisberger didn't win an MVP?
Nope.
That's so wild to me. I thought he won at least one.
San Francisco 49ers.
Joe Montana.
Nope.
Steve Young?
Yeah, 1994. Seattle Seahawks.
No.
Incorrect.
Oh, Sean Alexander.
Yep. In 2005. Got him the cover of
the most,
Madden.
the most unbelievable stint in the NFL. Just popularity from the Madden cover in the games, and then just Thanos. Just he's in another place. I don't know where he is right now.
Let's see.
Let's actually look that
Tickle
up.
our fancies. Sean Alexander, he's 45 years old. Feel old yet?
Still, yeah. Why are they both wearing white? That makes no sense.
Sean Alexander now. He married his wife in 2002. And together the couple have 12 children.
No, that's a football team. That's at least one side of the ball. They have one kid who's the 12th man.
He could go toe-to-toe with Phillip Rivers, and they could have just a flag football game. The Rivers versus Alexander family.
Okay, doesn't that just sound like something Paramount Plus or Peacock would stream for Thanksgiving? Is you have Phillip Rivers and Sean Alexander and their kids.
Then the winner plays the Cromartie family.
Well, getting all of them together, when you have the coach not even knowing the players' names, I think that's kind of tough.
Well, he knows all the players' names.
He didn't at first.
Well, now he does.
He was asked one
time.
Here's
what you do. Ready? This is how you get a round robin, even amount of teams. The Rivers family, the Alexanders, the Cromarties, and then all of Nick Cannon's children.
Nick Cannon's children is like the final scene of Endgame of the amount of just
on your left.
On your left. I just got an image in my head of Nick Cannon, like look at his players and all his children popping up in portals.
Then you have Wong saying, "What? You want more?"
That's so fucking funny. Oh, that's awesome.
I'll never not laugh at the one meme that I saw that said Nick Cannon has more kids than this, and it was the aisle of Ocean Spray cranberry juice flavors.
There are so many of those.
Moving right along, that's where it is. That's those four, and then you play round robin to see who reigns supreme of flag football children.
Dude, that would be something Peacock needs to stream so bad.
Hey, we'll do it.
Yeah, you know what? If
we'll
they
broadcast it,
I'll broadcast. We'll find a way. You already got two commentators right here.
Moving from the Seahawks to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tom Brady.
Incorrect.
Wait, didn't Tom win over Hurts this year?
Patrick Mahomes won over Hurts.
Oh, Mahomes won. My bad. That's right. No, Tom Brady didn't. So the Bucs did not have one.
Correct. Which kind of surprised me as well. Multiple guys from that franchise, I feel like, could
maybe the defensive side, not the offense. They haven't had an electric offense.
Rondé, Warren Sapp,
that's
Simeon Rice, Tom,
Derek Brooks. That defense surprised me, but it's the offense that I'm not shocked at all.
Who did win in 2020? Oh, it was Rodgers.
Yeah,
that was also the one that stole it from Tom in Tampa. Tennessee Titans.
Chris Johnson.
Incorrect.
McNair.
Correct. Rest in peace. 2003. Steve McNair. And then the Washington Commander football team redacted.
Redacted. It's definitely okay. It's the kicker.
No.
That's not the last one?
No.
Clinton Portis?
No.
Quarterback?
Yeah.
Should I know who it is?
Yeah. Think Lawrence Taylor.
Oh. Jim.
Close.
No. Why can't I think of his name? The leg snapped.
Yeah. That's
what's
the real kicker.
He was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like as a guest appearance. Why am I blanking on this name? Just say it. I know who it is. Joe Theismann. Thank you. Yeah.
Most shocking was the Saints, the Jets, the Bucks, and the Eagles have never had an MVP.
That does shock me.
Like the Jets, you could have argued Broadway Joe. You could have argued. There's one other.
Chad Pennington didn't have some bad years there.
Yeah, I mean, crazy. I can't believe the Eagles have never had an MVP of the NFL. That makes me even more pissed that Jalen Hurts did not win the MVP.
It would. That should.
He'll get him this year. He's a dog.
Well, that's if Mac Jones wants to take another year up. I think.
Timeout.
Dude,
sit in the corner.
Dude, the notorious B.O.B. is back in
Sit in the corner. That B.O.B. stands for Butt Chin O'Brien.
Or bombs over Boston.
Yeet. Christ alive. A little quick Union talk. They unfortunately lost in LA last night. Late night 3-1 to the Galaxy. Not great there. Being that the LA Galaxy are the second worst team in the Western Conference. Not great for the Philadelphia Union to lose that one. They are now 6th in the table in the East. With 34 points, tied with Orlando City, but they have the tiebreaker with win-loss. I mean, they're still well in the mix. They're only 4 points behind second place, which is Nashville. Who do you know? The Philadelphia Union are on the road against Nashville Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's a big game. That's the biggest game of the season so far, in my opinion, in terms of getting back on track. You have to win that game. You have to get those 3 points in Nashville. Nashville's a very good team. They are, where are they in the standings in the East? They're the second team in the East, like I said. So you get those 3 points, you're 1 point behind them in the standings, and you have a game in hand against them too in terms of tiebreakers. Wednesday night's a must-win.
If it pops up on my YouTube TV, that suggested watch, I'll tune in.
Union will be on Apple TV because that's where all the MLS is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
See, I gotta know this stuff.
Season package is on Apple TV.
Season package.
Like the league pass of MLS. But yeah, Wednesday, and then you have Saturday at home against New York City on July 15th before the All-Star break. So got to win those
They're the Red
games.
Bulls, right?
So there's the New York Red Bulls, and then there's New York City Football Club.
Okay.
They play New York City Football Club on Saturday. Got to win that game against Nashville. That is imperative. Must win. Have to get it done. Like, need that done. Final segments brought to you by our friends over at Kenwood Beer. Official beer of Underground Sports Philadelphia.
Is what I think it is. Beautiful
rebrand that they have done. The gold top Kennies just look absolutely beautiful. Smooth, clean, and bright with taste to boot. Kenny is the routine choice of folks who want a balanced, flavorful, no-frills beer that's right for any occasion. Some call it the best light beer they've ever had. We just say you can't beat the original. It's 4.1% ABV, 120 calories, just 8 grams of carbs. Go to kenwoodbeer.com. Use the Kenny tracker. See who's got Kenny's on tap in the Philadelphia area. Check out the all-new and improved shop. They've got some great merch in their store now. They also partnered up with this company to produce Kenny soccer jerseys.
Ooh.
That look sick. I'll have to send you the link because they are. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to send you the link right now because they are fire. And I'm going to have to order one of these faux show.
Yeah, you got to bring these up when
I'll send you the pictures here.
Come up for Labor Day weekend. I need Kenny's delivered ASAP. I will drink as many as you need me to, Kenwood. Responsibly, of course. Responsibly, of course.
Just sent you both of the jerseys. You tell me your thoughts on these because they look gorgeous.
Where'd my phone go? No, this is all right. Oh, that's fire!
Fire!
Oh, dude, I like the second one.
They're sick.
Oh, dude, this definitely would take over as a drinking shade.
They're like $54. And
54?
They're custom. And you can customize them to be short or long sleeve. It's fire.
That's a thing.
Shout out, no free shout outs. IcarusFC.com.
Icarus.
They're absolutely gas.
Those are gays, bro.
Got to be 21 or older to do so. And of course, please drink responsibly. We're introducing a new segment. I'm sure a bunch of hockey podcasts will be doing this, but we're going to encapsulate it for everything. But it's inspired by hockey because the Flyers have 3 all-name team prospects: Bobby Brink, Oliver Bonk, and Alex Bump. So in the vein of the traditional fuck, marry, kill, Underground Sports Philadelphia now will have the Brink, Bonk, Bump. Brink being you had a money week, kind of like the Brinks truck. You had a fantastic week. You get the Brink of the week. The Bonk, you're horny on Maine. Who needs to get bonked? And then the Bump, you're getting bumped to the bench. You got to take a seat. You got to relax a little bit. You're getting bumped. So Pitts, I'll start with you. Who's your Brink of the week this week?
My Brink of the week. I'm saying it. I'm going with internally here. We're going the Moonshot Mania. I'm so excited for that tomorrow. Like, you have no idea. It's one of my favorite segments or shows that we do all year because, yeah, we all do our own little thing here. I mean, you're in 8 different podcasts, Kyle. I got my wrestling that I'm very invested in, DJ lacrosse, Steve with golf. It's a time where we can just not put on that mask and just be us hanging out watching people hit dingers. You just see home runs being hit. And it's one of those things in baseball that it doesn't matter if you're a casual fan, not really a fan, or even the most passionate fan. You love seeing home runs. So, and it's already got a couple moments already from past streams that are legendary. It's easily one of my favorite events that I can't wait for when we can actually do it in person, at an actual location and not just in the artist streams. So easily that's my Brink of the week. If you aren't watching that tomorrow or tonight, excuse me, because
tune in 8 p.m. Eastern time. Got to do it. Great one. My Brink of the week is going to be Craig Kimbrell getting his 9th All-Star nod. He got put in as a replacement for one of the pitchers. Craig Kimbrell feels like he's been around forever. To get 9 All-Star nods as a reliever is insane. He's had a phenomenal year so far for the Phils. I'm glad we have more than one All-Star representative, too. Joining Nikki C in Seattle will be Craig Kimbrell. So the Brink of the week is going to be Craig Kimbrell's All-Star nod for the 9th time in his career. And as Matt Strom said on Twitter, 9 of them things.
9 of them things he's been in. Is he been one with now you guys in the Sox?
So he definitely did a bunch with the Braves back in the day. When he started his career.
But that year he was on fire with us. And I feel like he would have got at
his
least
All-Star years were as follows. So he made 4 straight All-Star appearances from 2011 to 2014 with the Braves. 2016 to 2018 with the Red Sox.
Yeah.
And then in 2021 had to have been with the Cubs because he got traded after the All-Star break. So yeah, 2021 with the Cubs when he had a .49 ERA with the Cubs.
That's insane.
And then when he went to the White Sox, he got a .509 ERA.
Yeah, see, talk about locker room changes.
And now he's an All-Star in 2023. So yeah, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 16, 17, 18, 2021, and now 2023.
Nice. Congrats to Craig.
Which brings us to our bonk of the week, Pitts. Who needs to get bonked this week?
All right, I said it pre-show. It's the people following Josh Allen and Haley Steinfeld around in the paparazzi. Like, I'm sorry, but y'all got to just figure it out and need a nice bonk over your head. The pictures I'm seeing of them in the hot tub getting intimate. Like, listen, I think she's beautiful and great and all that, but I don't need to see those pictures. I don't really feel like watching Josh Allen kiss one of my celebrity crushes. It's just some of those things. And the bikini pics, there was one angle I saw. I was like, all right, like, come on. Like, figure it out. So I'm blaming my paparazzi. You're getting the nice bonk over the head.
Now let's not forget this is simply because Pitts loves Haley Steinfeld.
No, it isn't, Kyle. What? I don't love me some Kate Bishop. I love Kate Bishop. Yeah, I love you, Haley. But you know what, Josh? Just take more things. You can take my girl, but you dare take my Lombardi trophy. So, all right, that's fine. That's your trophy.
See. My bonk of the week has to go to.
There's a lot of people that are horny out there, Kyle.
There are. I think my bonk of the week. My bonk of the week is actually going to be Elon Musk, because he's getting all riled up about Threads and trying to file a lawsuit against Meta and Zuck for rolling out Threads, saying it's a breach of Twitter's secret security and everything. Elon, calm down, pal. Relax. Just because somebody knows how to do something that's similar to your product doesn't mean it's the same thing. Threads has a very different vibe to it than Twitter does. Elon, stop being horny. Stop trying to be overprotective. Bonk. Sit your ass down. Bonk. Bonking Elon for trying to sue about Threads.
Just get in the cage with Zuckerberg and settle it that way. I mean, that is the only way that this just needs to be settled. Winner gets control of the Twitterverse or whatever it is.
Which brings us to the bump of the week. Who's got to ride the bump? Who's got to sit down and is riding the bench this week?
Honestly, I'm really upset with the Celtics right now. I just really am. I feel a similar pattern coming along with Brad Stevens and his mentor, Danny Ainge. And I hated Danny Ainge for him trading Perkins. And I said that they would not win another NBA title as long as Ainge is there. Well, he left and we were on the brink of it. And then we didn't, and then traded Marcus Smart. And I get people are saying, well, it's a better move because Kristaps is better. Pick a role defender. You can shoot from the outside. Big man. Smart was an offensive liability. It's like you don't trade a key piece who not in the talent role, like in the locker room, on the bench, a voice in the locker room, like a leader. You don't just trade one of those guys. They may be a liability in the sense, but then that falls on coaching and others around him, and even him a little bit, but more coaching to not put him in those situations. I just don't. I'm so upset that Marcus Smart is gone because he was the heart and soul of the Celtics. You're not going to get a guy who plays defense with as much heart. So I don't know. My alarm is going off upstairs. I don't know why. What is going on? I can't do with this. Like, I'm home. Oh my God, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna fucking lose it. My dad saw me go to get the food or whatever, and then set the alarm from California as I'm recording. He just set the alarm. I'm like, why? I'm not serious. This is why I am the captain of all things nonsensical, because nonsensical shit just happens to me. Okay, three, two.
Oh no, that part's staying in. That's just pure comedy.
Oh yeah, I don't care. Great.
My bump of the week is very similar to you. It's Daryl Morey. Daryl, you got to take a seat. You're posting pictures of you in front of Crumble Cookie to troll Sixers fans after Tobias Harris said fans will trade me for a Crumble Cookie, and the whole BBall Paul situation. We're about an hour and 44 minutes away from the deadline passing, and still no news on BBall Paul as far as I know. I'm going to check the timeline right now just to see as we record this if anything has changed with BBall Paul. It does not seem like I'm seeing anything. Not seeing anything from any Sixers writers. Let's see here. Let me go to Kyle Neubeck because he is my one-stop source. Nothing yet, but we do have jersey numbers. Obviously, Patrick Beverly posted on his Instagram story he's wearing number 22. Mo Bamba will wear number 7.
Bro, that is... I'm happy you guys have Mo Bamba for the sheer fact that he could be potentially an underground athlete. But and that song just is incredible. But I wish the Celtics would have got him, man. Like, that's like, get him, get Bol, and then incredible.
But yeah, Daryl, you got to take a seat. Do your job, man. Like, sign the offer sheet, bring BBall Paul home, and let's figure this shit out because I'm tired of the games.
I'm tired of it.
So there it is. In the YouTube comment section, in the podcast reviews, tweet us, Instagram, DM us, thread us, your Brink Bonk Bump. That is going to be a mainstay on this show whenever we have them, so stay tuned for more of those. That is our equivalent to essentially fuck, marry, kill, but in a sense of your money this week, you're horny this week, and you need to take a seat this week.
Sometimes you may need to take a seat for being horny. So there you go.
Might get brinked and bunked. And bumped.
It's who's going to be the first Triple Crown winner?
Brink, bonk, bump, Flyers prospects, or college kids in rich white college towns doing cocaine. You decide.
You decide. It's all up to your imagination.
So there it is. The first official Brink, bonk, bump. Brought to you by Kenwood Beer. I can't wait for them to hear that one. That's all we got for you guys this week. Make sure you're following us on the socials at Underground PHI, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Facebook.com/UndergroundSportsPHI, Twitch.tv/UndergroundSportsPHI. Follow Pitts on Twitter at Pat_Pitts and on Instagram and Threads at Pat. At Pitsy35. Follow me on Twitter at KBIZZL311, Instagram and Threads at KBIZZLE11, and TikTok at KB Underground. Subscribe to the podcast feed, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Leave a 5-star rating and review. Actually, in the podcast reviews, if you're listening to this and you have yet to leave an Apple podcast review, leave a fun message for Matt to come back to when he gets back from Italy.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Do that.
Everyone likes to hear it.
Subscribe. Subscribing on Apple and Spotify goes a long way for helping this show and our company to continue to grow. And subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel in the YouTube comment section. Also leave fun messages for Matt to come back to when he gets back from Italy from his honeymoon with my sister, his wife. YouTube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia, the exclusive home to Moonshot Mania, the 3rd annual Home Run Derby watch-along companion stream with myself and Pitsy, going down 8 p.m. Eastern Time by the time you're listening to this on July 10th. We're at 516 subscribers. Pitts, what's the number you want to hit during the Derby stream for subscribers by the time the stream is over?
516, and by the time the stream is over, I think realistically we get to 535. Maybe 540.
I was going to say 540 is my goal.
540 would be cool.
So go subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend, youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. Got to get to 600 by the end of the month, and we got to get to 1,000 before September 4th. Otherwise, DJ has to move to Alaska. You don't want DJ to have to move to Alaska.
No, it's just that's so much farther away from us than he already is. So
plus, then he's closer to Russia, and we know everything going on over there.
You could probably see Russia from his house.
Yeah. Be like Stranger Things.
It's the plan.
Good grief. And of course, this podcast presented by the City of Vineland. And whether you're a company looking to expand, relocate, or you're a new business startup, selecting the right location is critical to your success. Vineland, New Jersey offers both an affordable business location and an excellent quality of life. The city's economic development department is a one-stop source for moving your project through the development and approval process. And their goal is to make this process as smooth as possible and to provide the fastest turnaround times in the region. If you're considering potential locations for your operation, contact the Vineland Economic Development Team at 856-794-4100. That's 856-794-4100. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. Pitsy, I said before we started recording tonight, we're going to have a banger. I think this is a banger of a show. And this has been episode number 549 of Underground Sports Philadelphia. For Pitts, I'm KB. We'll see you at Moonshot Mania on the YouTube. But until then, we're getting the heck up out of here. We are signing off. Peace.